Right, hello everyone, welcome to a new CLM podcast. Got a bit of a new feature today. We're looking at ABC 11s. You've got myself, Nathan, with you today, and we've also got Darius, who is going to be discussing this over. Thank you very much to all of those who may have put on some ideas for their ABC 11s. It certainly gave me some food for thought. I'm going to throw it straight over though to Darius. He's going to mention goalkeepers and defence. Who have you gone for, Darius?
Okay, starting, actually my formation, should I say at the start of it, is 4-3-3. I go for 4-3-3. So goalkeeper, Petr Cech, Chelsea legend and Arsenal legend. We've got one FA Cup. Right back, I've gone for the old famous Cafu, solid Brazilian. Centre back, gone for Sol Campbell. Made the controversial switch to the Gunners, Arsenal. Love him for that. Got the Invincibles title with him as well. Second centre back, Franz Beckenbauer. Reason being, tons of trophies, tons of honours, and a legend in the game. And left back, gone for the mighty Ashley Cole. So that is my goalkeeper and my defence.
Oh, fair enough. Do you want to give any more reasons for any of those?
I mean, the strong ones there, the right back and the left back. I mean, Cafu, what better right back is there? I mean, it take you a while to think of a better right back. Got the honours, got the World Cup, solid going forward, solid in defence, and love the haircut as well. Probably could have done it myself rather than this, but that'll do. And then Ashley Cole, he's obviously got the Invincibles title on him as well, and won major runners both for Arsenal and for Chelsea. So no second.
Fair enough. Interesting section. I have to admit, that's very similar to mine actually. I've gone for 4-4-2. I like the way you've gone with the 4-3-3 kind of CLM formation. Yeah. But for 4-4-2, I was debating whether to put Cech in, but I went with Buffon, just Italian legend, and done it all apart from maybe won the Champions League. Cafu at right back. Yeah. Ashley Cole at left back.
No brainer.
Beckenbauer at centre back. The only difference in the actual defence is I went for another Arsenal legend in Tony Adams. So I went for Tony Adams in the end, yeah. So captain when he was 21 at Arsenal, and actually I found out in my research he was actually part of title-winning teams in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. I think he might have even captained them across that time. So I think he's the only person to do that. But yeah, can't argue with Cole or Cafu. Tight defenders, great up the wings. Beckenbauer, class. Sweeper.
Yeah.
I wanted to put someone in there like Adams, solid, just a role, just the kind of that sweeper role who just reads the game so well.
A bit like you.
Well, yeah, I try and emulate these people, but yeah, it doesn't necessarily come off. But yeah, I don't think we can really argue about our defences there. I think we're pretty much in agreement, give or take.
Pretty solid. So
I'll be interested to see your midfield 3, which is slightly different because I've gone for midfield 4, but give us those.
All right, so gone for 2 holding centre mids and 1 centre attacking mid. I've gone for a Spanish duo in the holding midfield places. I bet you could probably guess Sergio Busquets. I mean, I don't know how much more I can say on him. He's just a solid sweeper, never loses the ball. Every pass is 100% accurate. And then Xabi Alonso, Liverpool legend, and Real Madrid legend as well. Ability to sweep the ball, ping it 40 yards to the inch of your feet. I mean, there's no one better, to be honest, in the game, I think, from the A to C's. And then centre attacking mid, I've gone for a more recent, still very capable guy, Philip Coutinho.
Okay.
Some would be surprised with that, but I thought, I mean, he's done it at Liverpool. He hasn't got as much favour at Barca, but I can back him to get me a few chances and create a few goals.
Okay, midfield 3, definitely go for the CLM formation, the 2 holding midfields and the attacking midfield. See where you get your tactical nails from, I like it.
All from you, Nathan.
I've gone for the 4, haven't I? So I've gone for the 4. So I've gone for Alonso in the middle to kind of hold it together. As you say, just like the passing is just like calmness on the ball. Unbelievable.
Like me, I try and say.
Gone for on the wings. I've gone for Beckham. I just thought there's some things I don't like about him. I think, but 202 assists in his career. I think I found out.
Oh wow, that's a lot. That is.
Yeah, across all and yeah, I just remember watching him against Greece in the 2002 World Cup qualifying. He was just like man possessed.
The 93rd minute at Old Trafford.
Right. Left wing got John Barnes.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now. Why John Barnes? There's a lot of left wingers out there.
I was tempted by Bale, but I just thought I don't know. There's no, maybe because he's gone off the boil a bit. Maybe with Bale at his height, if he carried on like that, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, Barnes, left winger. See his goal against Brazil. I'm not sure if it was in a friendly. His debut or just after, but quality, and I quite like the fact I think I quite like him now because he's standing up for quite a lot of stuff as well now and speaking out, and also he's the first. I think he's the most capped black player. Certainly when he finished playing, and I think he put up with a lot of stick, a lot of racism in his time, so it kind of adds a bit high to estimation. And then a controversial one in centre midfielder, because my theory is on the Dutch. They all start with Van and D, so if you don't actually go for the second part of the name, you never go include them. So I've gone for De Bruyne.
Oh,
controversial maybe.
Very, very.
My theory is, as I say, they're all D and Van and whatever, so you'd never get them in otherwise.
Wait, is that De Bruyne for Man City?
Yeah, De Bruyne. So, yeah.
Controversial that is. I'm not sure if I'm having that.
But in theory, with the Alonso there, just do his direct. I love when I see him play. I just love the fact he picks up the ball and just drives with it, first intention. So you can, you can comment on that. How controversial you think that is?
I mean, we'll have to say it to a mutual ref. I think Kieran might have to get involved on this one. I mean, I would have had De Bruyne. I'll be honest. I would have had De Bruyne in mind, but I mean, you've gone and done it, haven't you?
Just sticking out there. Manager's prerogative. If you give us your top three, your top three, forward three.
Okay, so my forward three, I've actually gone for Gareth Bale, who you've rejected. I think mainly because I don't think he doesn't get enough credit for what he's done. I think 4 Champions League medals.
Yeah.
I mean, an amazing overhead kick. What he did in his final season at Tottenham as well. Yeah. Unbelievable solo performance. So yeah, grit, determination, speed, endurance. He's got it all as a winger. On the other side, I've gone for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Okay. So, I mean, to some that might be controversial. Why is he not the starting striker? Why is he on the wing? But I think he's got to be in there. I mean, the last 4 or 5 years at Dortmund, and then at Arsenal at the moment.
Carried on, hasn't he, to be fair?
Yeah, he's been insane. He's the only reason why we're still in the top 10, to be honest. And then up top, the one and only Dennis Bergkamp. I mean, technical ability, probably the best to none. Countless amount of goals that he's done at all the big stages.
To be fair, I've gone for Bergkamp as well. So I've only got a top 2, but I can't argue with Bergkamp. I just remember seeing his goals against, I think it's the one against Leicester.
Yeah, he brought it down.
But the quality of his goals and the number of assists he got as well, because he was just most elegant player, wasn't he?
Absolutely. I think the one that stood out for me was the Newcastle, where Perez has whipped it in. He's on the edge of the box. He's touched it with his left foot, spun around the player. The ball's.
Oh, I know the one you mean. I think
the ball's done
twisted around.
Yeah, he's done. I don't know what that was, but and then he buries it in the bottom corner. I mean, and I don't know how he was so relaxed afterwards. I would have gone crazy.
But yeah, can't argue with him. And Bale, I can definitely see. I think you're right. He doesn't get recognised for what he's done. And who else did you have up top, Bale?
Aubameyang. I mean, he's done it all. Especially
his stats are pretty good, to be fair.
Unbelievable stats. I mean, since he's come to Arsenal, I thought Lacazette would save us, but Aubameyang has truly saved us.
He's
to keep him.
I think that'll be fairly formidable. I went with controversial. I don't know whether it's controversial, but I went with Andy Cole. I went with Andy Cole. So just maybe because he's maybe a bit more of my era, maybe those late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah. But I just remember watching him play, and I just thought he'd complement Bergkamp. Bergkamp's that kind of flair player, whereas Cole is just clinical finisher.
Yeah.
Didn't quite work out with England for him for whatever reason. Maybe because Shearer was a similar sort of role, and therefore Shearer's obviously a class player himself. But I went with him in there. 237 career goals, so he did something right. So that's who I went for. I think some pretty good lineups there. As always with these things, we need to realise that mine is better than yours.
That's debatable. I think you're lacking a bit of creativity in the four that you've chosen. I'll be honest.
In my midfield four.
Yeah, I think Andy and
David Beckham lacking creativity.
He's whipping the ball, and I don't think Andy Cole's going to be getting onto the head, and Bergkamp's not going to be,
John Barnes lacking. Oh no, that's controversial. This lacking creativity.
I don't think they're going to get as many goals with that four. I'll be honest.
Some interesting miss-outs. When I was doing this, there's some interesting ones we missed out here. Roberto Carlos not in there. Sergio Aguero.
Forgot about him.
Alexander Arnold, maybe he's a bit young, maybe. I don't know.
Premature. Yeah, give him.
But then if you go back, if we missed out here. We missed out Johan Cruyff, George Best, Bobby Charlton, and if you go with my Dutch theme, Marco van Basten.
Actually, to clarify, De Bruyne is Belgian. He's Belgian.
Oh yeah, he's not Dutch, is he? Not even Dutch, but well, yeah. That's a good point. They all have them. You've got to take out. It's like, I think it's a bit like being called Nathan, son of Faulkner. I reckon it just means son of. I think the Faulkner is the key thing. I think that's what it is.
I'll give you that. You tried with that. But saying that, I think we missed out for goalkeepers. You had Fabian Barthez.
Yeah.
Alisson Becker. So there's quite a few that won big trophies, and we decided to miss out.
I like my goalkeepers old style, just shot stoppers. I'm not sure I'm too keen on the new ones. I think they're class, but I don't know. Just someone who shoots, saves the shots, boots upfield. That's what you want from a keeper.
Yeah, true. I went for Cech simply because of that 2004-2005 season. I think he had one of the most clean sheets ever in the league. But yeah, it was that of Fabian Barthez. I think Barthez was underrated personally.
And I can't say his name. Casillas.
Yeah. Yes.
Real good for years.
Legend in his own right.
Bit too short for my liking.
Bit too short.
He's not got the presence of a Buffon or a Cech, has he?
How tall is Buffon? What, 6'2"?
Buffon and Cech are both it must be about 6'5", whereas he's under 6'4", isn't he?
Yeah, true.
But yeah. But anyway, that's mine and Darius's ABC. You can maybe decide, join in some chat, whose was the best. Do you agree? Who have we missed out?
It's got to be surely.
Who else should be in there? Ian Corden didn't make it, I have to admit, so maybe in the next one. But who else should be in there? I know there's some claims for David Batty for Leeds.
Oh, unbelievable.
To scramble. But who should have been in there? Maybe get your fingers going and tell us who you think should have been in there.
Put it in the chat. I know mine was better.
But well, thank you for joining us. Hopefully you've enjoyed that feature. I think we're going to throw over to Steve Ward now. He's going to just finish us off with a little bit at the end. But yeah, thank you for joining, and hopefully you've enjoyed. So see you later, gents.
Cheers, boys.
Thanks, Nathan and Darius, for your all-star ABC 11s. A really difficult job to narrow it down just to 11 boys. Really happy to see Dennis Bergkamp in there, but genuinely surprised and rather disappointed, if I'm honest, not to see David Batty nor the great Gordon Banks and Charlton brothers from England's World Cup winning team of 66 to make the cut. Well, it's my privilege to bring a short word of encouragement and maybe a bit of a challenge to us all as we start this new week. During the month of May, the CLM life groups have been reading through the book of Acts. The book of Acts charts the journey of the early church following the ascension of Jesus into heaven. The Holy Spirit is given at Pentecost, and from that point onwards the disciples are persecuted and scattered throughout the regions. Saul, a persecutor of Christians, undergoes a dramatic conversion on the Damascus road, and much to everybody's surprise he joins the followers of Jesus. Paul undergoes a number of missionary journeys where he spreads the word of Jesus, and he and his travelling companions are beaten within an inch of their lives, run out of towns up and down Asia and into Greece, and imprisoned on a number of occasions. The Holy Spirit tells Paul that God's plan is for him to go to Rome and for him to stand in front of Caesar. As a prisoner, he boards a ship headed for Italy, and they set sail. But the journey is stalled. Unusually windy weather, a storm, a shipwreck, and the crew, the passengers and all the prisoners on board swim for their lives. Owing to Paul's favour, no one on board is harmed, and they all end up on a beach in Malta, hundreds of miles off course. We're told that the islanders showed them unusual kindness. Acts 28 verses 7 to 10 tell us that there was an estate nearby that belonged to Publius, the chief official of the island. He welcomed us to his home and showed us generous hospitality for 3 days. His father was sick in bed, suffering from fever and dysentery. Paul went in to see him, and after prayer placed his hands on him and healed him. When this had happened, the rest of the sick on the island came and were cured. They honoured us in many ways, and when we were ready to sail, they furnished us with the supplies that we needed. Paul does eventually get to Rome, where we assume he stands in front of Caesar, but the Bible doesn't confirm that. But Rome is where he writes a large part of the New Testament. I want to talk to you for a minute about Malta. It's not a place I've been to, or not the country anyway, but in a metaphorical sense I've been there, and suspect that many of you listening have too. In a sense, the COVID-19 virus season that we're in is a Malta season for us all, because it doesn't have to be a geographical location. As it was for Paul, Malta is a place or a set of circumstances along our journey that we did not plan to go to or be in. How and why we get to our Malta may differ for each of us, but the challenge I'm going to leave with you is, what do we do when we find ourselves there? Because there are a whole load of different reactions that could be made to being in a place that we don't want to be in, that places restrictions on what we can do, and maybe most painfully blows holes in the plans we had for that particular season of our life. So what did Paul do? When he heard that the father of the host was sick with a fever and dysentery, Paul went in to see him, and after prayer placed his hands on him and healed him. Paul's focus was not on himself but others. Whose needs can I meet while I'm here is what Paul was thinking. And just look what resulted from that. When this had happened, the rest of the sick on the island came and were cured. They honoured us in many ways, and when we were ready to sail, they furnished us with the supplies that we needed. Paul's action led to many other people being healed, and through their gratitude, Paul, and by association the rest of the prisoners, the passengers and all the crew from the ship were treated as honoured guests for the rest of their stay. So what are we going to intentionally choose to do when we reach our Malta? Are we going to concentrate on how we feel, possibly justifying holding a bit of a pity party? If anyone was entitled to do that, Paul was. Or are we going to look for opportunity to be God's heart and his hands and his feet, and look to meet the needs of others? If we do, at the very least we can expect to feel good about it, and who knows, God just might find further opportunities for us to bring his kingdom off the back of it. Let me pray. Father, thank you for loving us and for wanting to partner with us to be the answer to the needs of others. Thank you for giving us opportunities to do this even when we find ourselves in places we had no plans to be. Help us to be sensitive to your prompting, to help where we can and shine your light into dark areas of life. Father, thank you that you promise to be by our side wherever we go, and have gone before us to prepare opportunity for us to do good works. I pray for each man and brother in the CLM footy community that they will be conscious of your presence with them this week. Amen. God bless you guys, and I hope to see you all soon.